Hey everyone, this is Matt here. I'm gonna play a little Bioshock. Uh, what I want to do with this series is, try to explore the lore of Bioshock and how it relates to the other games in the series and how things are all interconnected a bit. So I'm just gonna say it up front: there will be spoilers for Bioshock, Bioshock 2, Bioshock Infinite. I haven't played all the DLCs for all of them, so there probably won't be spoilers for the DLCs, with the exception of the ones for Bioshock Infinite, because I definitely played those. So, just so you know up front. So, no complaining that I spoiled something for you. So anyway, I thought I'd go back and play Bioshock, because I played Bioshock Infinite when it first came out, and I played it again earlier this year. So, kind of wanted to go back and explore where it all started, but at least with the Bioshock series. I know a lot of people say System Shock, that's the base for this. Yeah, it probably is. I haven't actually played, I played a little bit of System Shock 2, but I haven't played a lot of those, so we'll be focusing entirely on Bioshock. So I went ahead and did the intro sequence. As you can see, the plane has crashed and the ocean is on fire. So here we have the lovely lighthouse. As you may remember from Bioshock Infinite, Elizabeth mentioned that there will always be a man, so that's my character. There will always be a lighthouse, and there will always be a city. So this one is, of course, Rapture, which is where, not chronologically, but in terms of the games being released, this is where it all started. Andrew Ryan's Dream City. There we go. No gods or kings, only man. Very Atlas Shrugged. Which, everything about this game is Atlas Shrugged. So Andrew Ryan, creator of Rapture, very much like Comstock from Bioshock Infinite. Somebody with grand designs. However, obviously the two main differences: Comstock was very religious, the religious control over the city and things like that, whereas Andrew Ryan is more of the creative and industrial side of things. So let's go ahead and move on a little bit into this area here. And, we've got our first taste of licensed music here. Somewhere beyond the sea. And I don't remember so much from Bioshock 2 because I've only played that once. But definitely Bioshock and Bioshock Infinite like to play with the licensed music and tie them directly into the storyline and the narrative. And it always works really well, especially Bioshock Infinite. There's so many songs that, every song that's in the game ties into the storyline somehow. Okay, so we've got the bathysphere. We're gonna pull the lever. And we'll get to hear our first bit from Andrew Ryan and see Rapture for the first time.
I am Andrew Ryan, and I'm here to ask you a question. Is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow? No, says the man in Washington, it belongs to the poor. No, says the man in the Vatican, it belongs to God. No, says the man in Moscow, it belongs to everyone. I rejected those answers. Instead, I chose something different. I chose the impossible. I chose Rapture.
And there's the big reveal.
A city where the artist would not fear the censor, where the scientist would not be bound by petty morality, where the great would not be constrained by the small. And with the sweat of your brow, Rapture can become your city as well.
Yeah, so you can see a lot of places that you can actually get to during the game. I think you go through the Fleet Hall. I know Pharaoh's Fortune is mentioned.
Looks like some kind of plane crash.
And now we can hear Atlas talking.
I don't know. You best get over there. And be quick about it. The splicers are coming. You gotta be kidding. How do you know someone's coming? We know about the spirit way now. That means we've got company.
Yep, so about to reveal Atlas. And obviously later in the game you find out he's actually Frank Fontaine and manipulating basically all the events that happen in the game.
Just one more minute. The spear's coming up now.
And now we get to see our first splicer.
Get a move on.
Splicers.
No trespass. Just don't hurt me. Just let me go. My God.
Yeah, the first time I played this, you know, I got to this part in this whole sequence and I was beginning to think it was going to be a little more survival horror. But, you know, there are a couple sequences like that, but otherwise not really. It's definitely action adventure. Yeah, you can't get in. You might as well stop.
Would you kindly pick up that show?
Would you kindly? I would really like to, you know, not pick it up, but there's no way out of here, so.
I don't know how you survived that plane crash, but I've never been one to question Providence. I'm Atlas, and I aim to keep you alive. Now keep on moving. We're gonna have to get you to higher ground.
Atlas.
Take a deep breath and step out of the bathysphere. I won't leave you twisting in the wind. We're gonna need to draw her out of hiding, but you're gonna have to trust me.
So, let's see. Lots of unrest going on in Rapture. Oops, so much for that time. Atlas / Fontaine, you know, definitely was using all this to try and take more control of the city. A lot of that is played out in the DLC for Bioshock Infinite, actually, where you get to play as Elizabeth in the second part.
Just a bit more. How do you like that, mister?
I forgot about that. Couldn't remember how you actually got rid of her.
Find a crowbar or something. Bloody splicer
Crowbar.
sailed Johnny in before they... Goddamn splicers.
Why would anyone use a crowbar? C to crouch. What was that?
I didn't touch her! I was just getting warmed up!
I'm gonna forget what the controls are 'cause I don't know how to run. Running is very important. And you can hear the, yep, Gatherer's Garden chiming away upstairs. Ah, that's weird. So you hold control to run by default. Okay, cool. So Gatherer's Garden, you know, obviously this game ties in a lot to the Little Sisters. In a lot of ways, you know, Elizabeth said a man, a lighthouse, and a city, but there's also, you know, either a woman or a girl. In this game, you've got the Little Sisters, and in Infinite, you had Elizabeth. So, in Bioshock 2, you had, I forget what your character's name was in that, but you had one of the Little Sisters that was, I don't remember whether she actually was or was essentially his daughter. So there's actually another part that Elizabeth didn't mention. But here we get our first plasmid. This was kind of, when this game came out, this was kind of the neat trick this added to first-person shooters. Besides the fact that, you know, just the storytelling in this is amazing. You know, definitely picked up where the Half-Life series kind of started the trend of making really good storylines for first-person shooters, because before that, you know, Quake and Doom and any of those had been pretty much find the key, find the endpoint, along the way you're going to shoot a lot of people, and that's the entire story. I think the original Half-Life was really the first first-person shooter that provided a lot of detail, a lot of well-written story. So, anyway, let's go ahead and grab this.
Steady now. Your genetic code is being rewritten. Just hold on and everything will be fine.
Your genetic code is being rewritten. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it.